Good morning, everybody. My name is Shivani, and welcome to another episode of JSDS World Talks. Today's topic goes on languages, particularly how English is taking over the world.
What do you mean taking over the world?
Well, English is being taught all over the world, right? Do you think that's a good thing?
I'm not sure about that yet.
Hey guys, I have our interviews. Are you guys ready to get some answers?
Yeah.
And now here for our vital vocab of the day, it's dimple.
Globalization is a term given to the increasing interconnectedness between the different parts of our world. A lingua franca is a language that has become an international language and is known throughout the world. English is the most prominent lingua franca because of its presence in the internet. We were able to interview a few people to get their insight on their opinions on English. Let's begin with some experts. Hi, good morning. My name is Amita. What's your name?
Mrs. McCormick. I am a human geography teacher. I only speak English and a little bit of Spanish.
So, what's your opinion about English taking over the world as a lingua franca?
I think it may make life easier to a certain extent if we can all communicate, but I also think that it robs the world of variety and culture. I think it will increase the globalization. It's going to, as more and more people are using the same language, it's probably going to increase the world's productivity. Our economies are going to grow. The downside is native cultures will be lost. Native languages will be lost. More and more languages are becoming extinct, and every language represents their unique culture through words that are unique to their languages and unique to their culture. For example, in some languages, they have 12 different words for the equivalent one word in the United States. So we lose those nuances as more and more languages die off.
Thank you so much for your time. Hi, my name is Amita. What's your name?
Mrs. Lathrop.
So, what languages do you speak?
I speak English and a little Spanish, even a teensy bit of Italian.
So, what's your opinion about English taking over other languages? Like how English is becoming a global language which is spoken by a lot of people, so people all over the world are forced to learn English. What's your opinion on that?
I think it's really convenient for me, probably not so convenient for everybody who speaks a different language. I think it would be great if we could all speak one language, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be English. It's just turned out that way, I think, because there's a lot of American tourists and they have businesses all over the place. So it's got its benefits and its downside.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
My name is Shravanti. So my first language that I learned how to speak was English, and then my second language, which my parents speak, is Telugu. It's a language that is a part of the Dravidian branch of India. Honestly, I think your language, your mother language, ties in with your authenticity, like as aspects of your culture. But then also learning English, it's a very big language that a lot of people know now, and so I think that can just improve communication. So I think it's good to learn. I don't think it's unfair that English is a lingua franca because a lot of people speak it already. So if you were to establish another language and then everyone was forced to speak that just for solely communication, then I think that wouldn't be fair to them because people spend like their entire lives trying to learn English when they move here or they go other places. So I think it's acceptable that English could be a lingua franca.
Hi, my name is Amita. What's your name?
Amanda.
So, what languages do you speak, Amanda?
Just English.
What's your opinion about English taking over the world or taking over other languages?
I think that English should be known by a lot of people since it's commonly used, but I don't think it should take over like other languages because those are important too. Like they're native and they kind of just like, it brings back history, I guess, in a way. Like you don't want it to go away.
Thank you for your time.
What's your name?
Sabrina. I speak English and Vietnamese. I learned the languages from my family. I think that it's important to have cultural identity and diversity, but I feel like cultures are more influenced by ideas and values rather than the language. And I don't think it would be such a bad idea for everyone around the world to be able to understand each other. Because English has become so dominant in my life, I haven't really established a very important value with my own language.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Sandy Corpse, and today I'm speaking with
Roland Ocampo.
So Roland, what languages do you speak?
I speak Tagalog and English. Since I was born in the Philippines, I adapted having the ability to speak Tagalog, and I came in the United States when I was 7, and that introduced me to the English language. My opinion is it is good to have the ability to speak English. However, forgetting your roots and disregarding it is not good because that is your character, and I believe that everybody's unique in their own way.
Hi, my name is Amita. What's your name?
Lithika Mageshwaran.
So, what languages do you speak?
I speak Tamil and English.
So, what's your opinion about languages like English taking over cultural languages?
I think that's kind of bad because, like, having a native language is part of your culture. It's your mother tongue. So having that, it's like part of you, part of who you are. So it defines how your people are, and they shouldn't take over.
So how did you learn your languages?
I learned through my parents. I was born in India, so the first 3 years I learned through my parents, and because they talk to me in Tamil. And for a few years I went to Tamil school, and I learned how to read, write, and speak better. Learning something that's part of your culture is a huge part of yourself. So to keep that tradition going on and like keeping your culture living, that's an important part to learn how to speak.
Thank you so much for your time. Good morning. My name is Amita. What's your name?
Alora Roberts. I speak English and I am currently learning French. With some aspects, I think it's awesome that different languages are expanding, but at the same time, I don't really agree with it because it is taking over other cultures and other languages, and cultures are dying out. So that's not one of the better aspects of it. I do know that English has taken a lot of Italian words, but in Italy, it's still strong and thriving. It's not as drastic as other smaller languages.
Good morning. My name is Amita from JSDS. What's your name?
Ariel Miranda. English is my primary language, my native language, but my mom is from Argentina, so I pick up a lot of Spanish from her as well as the classes in school. For one, I've noticed that English has been taking over in the business world. For example, for transactions, it has been one of the most common languages people use to do business with each other, but it has been taking over more of the social elements besides that. For example, it's true that English is being taught in schools in other countries worldwide. So I believe that English is taking over other languages. It has both good and negative effects. For example, it's good because it unites people with a common language and it makes it easier for them to communicate with each other. However, negative effects could be if it takes over other languages, it kind of erases individuality in other cultures, and it decreases the cultural association and the history that people have with that language.
And next we have Tanya speaking.
Since the language is a huge part of the culture, I don't mind English being superior. But it would be a lot better if you can forget your mother language too. English, it is necessary for some areas, but for some local places that don't even speak English, I don't think it should be a requirement, but an advantage. Thank you.
Hello, what is your name? My name is Davinderjeet Boparai. What languages do you speak? I speak Punjabi. Where did you learn your language? My language I learned from my mom and dad. Do you think English is taking over other languages? Yes, I think that English is taking over the languages, and now everyone is forgetting Punjabi.
English is spoken in a lot of other countries that don't traditionally speak English. Still being a little unclear, we decided to get advice from an Indian resident and her views on English.
My name is Toshita. I am speaking from Bangalore. We speak Kannada and English. I know Telugu, Tamil little bit. I think it is a good language. By speaking English, we will also be able to get jobs at higher levels. There's a phrase which I like to share with you. The key is to be bold and not to forget your local language. That means you should be bold, which is my local language, that is Kannada, Telugu. In English, known as international language, it is an official language in large number of countries. Also, internet uses English language. If we know English, we can make friends all over the world. It helps us to gain success in our life. If we learn English, we can travel around the world without any language problem. Mainly, it is used in school to talk, write, and read. And it is the main language in school, but it is Also important not to forget our local language as it is important for one and all. So we should never forget our religious language as it is our mother tongue. And thank you, Amita.
My name is Shivani, and I believe that English is an important aspect in order for people to be able to communicate across the globe. However, it is important to remember where you came from, and that has a lot to do with the language that you speak.
I'm Jeevan, and as someone who speaks Punjabi, I feel that it's not right that people are burying their own languages and cultures just for the English language. I think that they feel as if they are less if they don't speak English. Also, in a way, the more modern you can say the world gets, the more deprived of its cultures it gets and languages.
Hi, my name is Sandy and I speak Punjabi. In my opinion, I believe that English is not quote-unquote taking over the world. It really depends on where you're at. For example, in America, the most commonly spoken language is English. I feel like people should know how to speak English so that they can communicate better with other people in the area. But you shouldn't forget your roots because that's what makes you and your own unique person.
My name is Dimple Amita Gardapuri, and well, we heard a lot of opinions today. I personally speak English, Kannada, and Telugu, and having relatives who don't know English taught me the importance of knowing your mother tongue and connecting with your culture. English is wonderful for communication. However, it's up to us and our generation to combat the negative effects. So, mi bhashan gurtinchandi. Nam bhashana napko itkore.
ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖੋ. Tandaan ang iyong wika. Erinnere dich an deine Sprache. Timithite tiglossas.
तुम्हारी भाषा याद रखो.
记住你的语言.
귀하의 언어를 기억하십시오.
अपनी भाषा याद रखे.
Nijero bhasa mone rakho.
Tadi bhasha nu yaad rakho.
Recuerda tu lengua.
Remember your language.